Hey everyone, welcome to Next Up Live. I'm your host, Ben Hallbrooks, and what we do with this series, if you haven't tuned in before, is we get to take a look at cybersecurity and fintech, APIs, everything in between, and a little bit of behind the scenes look at what we're doing here at Nextsoft. I get to talk to the fine people of Nextsoft, and my guest today is Madison Junkera. Madison, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me, Ben.
Yeah, no problem. And Madison is digital marketing director here at Nextsoft, so she gets to do a ton of fascinating work with social media and digital ads and all that good stuff. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today, and so definitely stay tuned. But I want to start here, Madison. Social media, when it comes to business marketing, B2B, or our industries of cybersecurity and fintech, people have a lot of different opinions about social media. So from your experience, which social media channels do you recommend for our industry and why?
Yeah, awesome question, Ben. Good one to start off with. For data and cyber, which is what we do, the different arms of our business, LinkedIn has been really great. There's a lot of business people there. You can really start some conversations, and people are using it while they're at work. So, you can really keep it relevant. And then we do Facebook as well, which is nice because you can, talk to people there as well, build community. And something I really like is fintech community on Twitter. I'm surprised every day. I guess it's because it's technology, but there's always fintech companies always have, and banks and community banks and financial institutions all also usually have a Twitter. So that's what we usually do. Ads can be pretty expensive on LinkedIn and Facebook. We do like to run some ads, but they can't really stand alone. So we do a lot of native content as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get to help out with some of that. So I'm pretty excited about making good quality content for our prospects. But anyway, that's pretty interesting that the banks and the FIs and fintech companies are so active on Twitter. I wouldn't have guessed that. But good to know. Good to know. So do you have, I know we've worked on a lot of different campaigns and projects in 2020. Do you have a favorite that you would pick?
Ooh, I think so. We did one, it was very creative and it was food related. So for our API side, we did one with an Oreo on it and we said, like, we don't mind being in the middle because we connect. And then a spaghetti one that said, like, untangle the connection conundrum. So those are fun. I really liked the What's Next virtual conference, the first ever virtual conference that we did, because leading up to it and even after, we had a lot of great content from speakers in our industry and from Nextsoft, and I love providing value. So I felt like those social media posts and that campaign was really fun for our whole team.
Yeah, and I mean, like a lot of businesses and industries, we've had to adapt to the changing landscape in 2020. But it's kind of neat because it's a lot of problem solving and it's a lot of trying new things. So some of the things you mentioned are definitely that. And fun with food. You can't go wrong with fun with food.
You can't go wrong with it. I really think that spaghetti one specifically, it's weird. It performed well, and I think everyone was just refreshed by, something different, and kind of we didn't take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah. Well, humor and yeah, kind of a different angle. I feel like it's always good. That would apply for almost any industry to help you get noticed. So that's good
Yeah.
advice. Looking forward, that's looking back a little bit at 2020, and now that we've only got, a month or so left of 2020, looking forward, what marketing trends do you see coming next year?
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I'm a big marketing nerd, and digital marketing is always changing. So every time you see trends coming and even what's been predicted, you can see whether it's happened or not. So 2021 isn't that far away, like you said, and it's a little hard to predict just because 2020 has been such a hard to control year. We don't really, at the beginning of the year, we weren't expecting any of this. But COVID and the shutdown has actually affected marketing more than well, maybe you would expect it. I was going to say more than you would expect. Shoppable posts are something I see being big in 2021. The delivery methods and people shopping from home for even essentials has been, something that the tech sites have really like capitalized on. So Instagram, YouTube, they have like e-commerce on their site. So you don't even have to, businesses don't even have to have their own website. Some of the time you can just
Yeah.
sell right on those social posts. So I also see new social platforms and types of social coming. So there's, TikTok, which you've probably heard of. There's Parler, and people are getting tired of big tech, not to say, any names, but like Twitter and Facebook. People, trendsetters, people who are, tired with big tech, they might be leaving. So Facebook might not be the place that we see creative expression, and it might or might not be TikTok, but it might be something we've never even heard of. I do think there will be new types of social coming out. And one last thing is micro influencing. I think we're going to see a lot of people who they might not have the most followers, but their influence is strong on the followers that they do have. And whether that's like we've seen, home gyms coming out of this, and they're subscribing to a channel. Their old gym, they're maybe not having as many people in the gym, but they're doing like fitness programs online. So that's a form of digital marketing. Or bands and musicians, they've had to adapt the way that they're using. So micro influencing, just like, investing in loyalty, making sure that your community online is thriving. And I think that's the big thing. Relationships matter, and brands that want to survive are going to have to figure out how to get some loyal people on their marketing channels.
Great. That's a lot of stuff. That's pretty incredible. And I just thinking through how my own family uses many tools and services and buys online, I can certainly see how those trends are headed in that direction. But you mentioned relationships, which of course is really big here at Nextsoft. Culture is really important to Nextsoft. So how do you showcase that on social media?
Yeah, so human capital, our employees, they're our biggest asset, and we do want to showcase that. So we do a couple different things. One we love to do, one of my favorite things is spotlighting our employees, whether it's like a new hire or a year anniversary. We have some this month that are celebrating an 18-year anniversary with Nextsoft and our subsidiaries. So there's really exciting stuff. Like for me personally, to get to work with the people, seeing all of our HR, that we've had such a strong team is really exciting. And we also do like employee spotlights. So if someone had like really good feedback from a client, we'll get a graphic made and put it on our social post. We encourage our employees to leverage their like LinkedIn, Facebook as well, because it's not just Nextsoft. Like if an employee shares, it's a stronger signal to the marketplace that we actually have like a good product and a good team. And you don't always just want to be like the corporate brand talking. It'll be really great to hear from the individuals. So yeah, that's pretty quickly. Also, just to plug, we have our Christmas party coming up. So, that'll be fun to show our culture. We're doing Family Feud on the management team, and the two different teams are going to be fighting, and we're going to have trivia and prizes. And I think it is so important to showcase that culture, whether it's for like hiring new employees or just showing people that we're a good place to work. And when we highlight our partners as well. So we have a lot of great partners in the OmniConnect side and the cybersecurity side. And honestly, that's what I love the most about my job. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And community is so essential right now, given that we're going through the pandemic, and there's so many ways that we're limited and traditional ways that we would have connected. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that you get to be a part of that and really facilitate the unity of our team moving forward. So Madison, thanks a ton for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ben.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to sign off, but